Yeah,
Okay.
I can hear you. Kit Kat, you're a little quiet though. Do you have headphones?
Yes, let me grab them real quickly. Be right back.
All right, so we're live on YouTube. I'm gonna let Abby in. And then let me give Kit Kat co-host. Wait, co-host. Let me see. All right. And then I'm also going to record to the cloud in just a moment. Yeah, I can hear you. Okay. Any questions, Donna, before we get started?
Don't think so.
Cool. What are the main things to remember for today?
Have fun. Kind of, I guess, keep a track on time. Make sure that we're going to have enough time for the breakout rooms. And also have the energy up. I know that I have to do the whoop whoop. And I guess, I don't know, I have like a pretty good script and everything. I don't have like certain points that I'm worried about or anything.
Cool.
Making sure to call on everyone. I know that I have to like direct them, not ask, can you? It's like, you go next.
Yes, exactly. Good. Okay. Where are the speakers? Donna, when was the last time you spoke to the speakers, by the way?
I spoke to them all yesterday.
You did? Okay, awesome. Sounds
I told them
good.
to just come at 12. So that's why they're not all here yet.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna let in Jordan, just so she knows like the breakout rooms are good and stuff.
Okay, awesome. And I'm gonna go ahead and start recording. Record to the cloud. All right, we're live. Hello.
Hello.
Ooh, Jordan, I like the shirt.
Oh, thank
Me
you.
too. Same thing.
Nice. All right, everybody ready? I'm gonna grab water. Kit Kat, I made you co-host, so you should be good to go. Donna, you know to do your little icebreakers and say hello to everybody. Okay, awesome. I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna go grab water, but I'm gonna let everybody in and then just start chatting. Start chatting with them right away. Don't like have that little awkward silence like, oh, hello. Okay, cool. Let me let everybody in. I'm gonna go grab some water.
Hello, everybody. Good to see everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning. How's everyone feeling?
Good.
Good to hear. Hello, Laura. Hi, everyone. Okay, I might try to mute everyone real quick just in case people are accidentally unmuted. Okay, great. So as we are letting everyone in, I have an icebreaker question that I will ask you guys to answer. So I'll just call on you guys and I just want you to say your name and what is your dream job in the music industry. And you can also say what you do right now. So let me see, I'm looking through everybody. How about Joshua? You go first.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Josh. I also go by Truly, but I'm a singer-songwriter, so I guess my dream job would be to be an artist, but I like your events, so I thought I'd attend this one and check out the other perspective.
Awesome. Well, I'm really excited to have you here today. Let's see, who else? How about Shaylin? Sorry if I said your name wrong. You can introduce yourself and what your dream job in the music industry is.
Yep. Hey guys, I'm Shaylin. I'm currently a senior at Temple University. And my dream job, I guess something in live music. I'm really into live music and especially environmentalism. I've been really into that this summer. I mean, I know everybody is, but I've just really want to bring out my activism side. So something to combine music and activism, I think would be really cool.
Hi, Shaylin.
Hey!
Shaylin used to be an intern at Finessed Media, so we love her.
Thank you. I love you guys too.
Oh my gosh, good to meet you. And Laura and Dilemma, I see that you guys are here. So hello, hello. I'm just having a little icebreaker to meet everyone in the audience. Oh, and Achi, I know that you're here too. Hello, hello. Let's see. How about Aubrey? Oh wait, actually I see Issa, you raised your hand. Do you want to introduce yourself? Sorry if I said your name wrong too.
Yeah, no,
Tell us.
that was
Yeah.
correct. Good job.
Okay, yeah. Tell us your name and your dream music industry job.
Yeah, I'm Issa. I'm a student at Drexel. This is my first time on campus, though. I'm a sophomore, and my dream job would be to be like an electronic producer slash artist, like Kygo.
Awesome. I love that. Okay, let's see. Who else? Andrew. Oh, you just raised your hand too. That's so funny. You can go.
Hi, thanks, Dana. Hi, everyone. I'm Andrew. I just graduated from Drexel. Currently in Philly, from Jersey. So if you're in the Philly, Jersey area, New York area, please, I'd love to connect. There's a spreadsheet in the chat. And currently a DJ. I've been DJing ever since I've been graduating, but also been applying for jobs, doing all that post-grad stuff. And my dream job would be honestly like a digital marketer, whether it be at a label, promotion, like a promoter, entertainment company, etc. But also real quick, for those in Philly right now, I'm actually playing at Weston Down in University City tonight from 10 to 2. It is free. Just bring your college ID or just bring your ID. And I'd love to see some of you guys there. So yeah, tonight, Weston Down, and if you're in Philly. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Andrew. And yeah, everyone should go check that out. I totally forgot to tell everyone my name. I'm Donna. I'm a marketer at Finesse Media. It looks like Dana, but it's Donna. I'm going to call on someone else now. How about Reem? You can go. And also, Isabella, you're here. Hello.
Okay, hi, my name is Reem, and I suppose my dream, I write and sing my own music, so I think just performing that and kind of building my audience and creating like a strong connection with them is my dream because I love performing. I went to school for musical theater, but I kind of diverged from that, and now I make pop and R&B music. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Awesome. And James, I see that you're here too. So hello, hello. I think I'm going to call on two more people. So let me see. How about Tavares? Did I say your name right?
Yes, you did. Hold on. I'm all new to this stuff.
It's totally okay. Just introduce yourself, say your name, and what your dream music industry job is.
I'm here to support my girlfriend. She's in the chat somewhere, and I would like to be like an A&R and R&B because I love R&B, really. So I'm just really here to support my girlfriend and really just find information. If she don't get it, I'll help out with it. So.
Awesome. Thanks for coming out. And I just wanted to make note that there is a contact sheet going around in the chat, and you should totally fill that out if you want to network and meet more people in the music industry and maybe get to your dream job. Okay. Another person I'm going to call on is Chufeng. Did I say your name right?
Hi, yes, you did. Thank you. Not a lot of people get that right. But my name is Chufeng. I use she, her pronouns. I'm 22. I am a queer transgender singer-songwriter based in Minnesota. So yeah, like a lot of people have already said, my dream job would just to be a very successful artist. I have some music out now, but you know, I'm here to network. I'm here to learn. And yeah, and I'm a little under the weather, so I sound really gross, and I'm so sorry.
Thank you for you coming here, even though you feel a little under the weather. I'm so excited to have you today. Okay, Enrique, so you're raising your hand. So do you want to go?
Hi, my name is Enrique. I'm 17 years old. I just graduated from high school. And my dream job at the music industry would be either being a musician, a music producer, or a sound engineer, or work at the live venues, making live shows. Either of those jobs, I would really like them.
Awesome. Okay. Jay, do you want to go next?
Hi, I'm Jay. Sorry that my camera's turned off. I'm in the middle of cleaning up, but I am a current, post-grad from the new school here in New York, and I would also like to be an A&R or be somebody in radio.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay. And Layla, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hello, I'm Layla. I'm 16. I'm still in high school right now. My dream job is to be an A&R or talent manager. I'm really interested in that realm, so that's who I am. Hello, everybody.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, that is our last. Oh, actually, I'll let one more person go. Jordan, you can go, and you're our last person to introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Jordan. I'm a freshman at LIU Brooklyn, and my dream job is to be a sound engineer and music producer.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so I am going to get started. One sec. Okay, so just to quickly introduce myself again, I am Donna Tamim, a marketer for Finessed Media and the host of today's event. Just want to quickly give a really short bio for everyone that is here today. We have James Danio, who is the former president of Music Business Association and a current adjunct professor at Temple University. Dilemma, a producer, DJ, and songwriter who has worked with Meek Mill and Rihanna. We have Laura, who is a tour manager, guitar and keys technician, merchandise manager. Isabella Bedoya, who's the founder of Fame Hackers, and Achi Wakaro, who is a talent acquisition coordinator at Sony Entertainment. I am so excited to have you guys all here today. And my first question to begin this event is, can you guys walk us through your career journey and how you got to where you are today? And did you always know you were going to pursue a career in music? So James, why don't you go first? Oh, you're muted.
Sorry. Hey, good afternoon or good morning, depending on where you are. So yeah, I'm James Donio, and I've had, I'll say, not really a traditional path toward the music business, music industry. My background is really as a writer and a journalist initially. I got my degree from Temple University in journalism, and I wanted to be a film, TV, and theater critic on TV. That's what I wanted to do when I graduated. I ended up getting to do that in newspaper, for a newspaper, which was fun to do. And somewhere along the way, I answered an ad to work for an entertainment nonprofit trade association in Southern New Jersey, which ended up being an organization that was called NARM at the time, National Association of Recording Merchandisers. And I started there many decades ago in a creative services and an editorial capacity. And I call myself, in terms of the music business, the survivor. So I outplayed, outwitted, and outlasted many other people. And I ended up at that organization for, hold your breath, 33 years. I ended up being the president of the organization for 16 years. Subsequently, the organization changed its name in 2013 to the Music Business Association, or Music Biz for short. And through that, through those 3 decades, I've seen the industry through many ups and downs, and many journeys, personal and professional journeys for me, as the organization had to adapt to the changes in format and the changes in the marketplace and the changes in the players, from from CDs to downloads to now to streaming. And also somewhere along that journey, I had always wanted to teach. So I started teaching about 8 years ago, teaching music business at Monmouth University in New Jersey. I taught there for 8 years. And 3 years ago, I returned to my alma mater of Temple University, not as a teacher of journalism, which is what I was, my degree was in, but I teach the recording industry and music business class at Temple University. I've been there now teaching for 3 years. I am also very involved with career services at Temple. So I have placed dozens of students in internships and jobs because of my background, my experience, and my contacts and relationships in the industry. I do a lot of mentoring, provide resume advice, coaching, and so forth. So that's a very, very, very truncated version of my journey.
Awesome. Thank you. It's amazing to see all the experience that you've had. And I saw Dilemma, you were snapping and nodding along. So do you have any similarities in there? And can you walk us through your journey?
Yeah. What's up, everybody? I'm Dilemma. Yeah, there was a lot of similarities. Can everyone hear me? Am I good?
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. Sweet. I'm from Jersey. I'm from Willingboro, New Jersey. But I live in Philly. Been in Philly for a few years. My whole everything kind of started in marching band in high school. So that experience, I played a saxophone. That experience of seeing what music does to people. I wanted to be a teacher as well. So my music teacher was my biggest inspiration. I wanted to be just like Jeff Lesser. And which got me into UArts. Went to UArts, was still playing the saxophone. Thought I was going to be a teacher. And my junior year at UArts, my roommate, Adam Blackstone, who's world-renowned music director, music producer, does everybody. He was my roommate, and he had all this equipment, pretty much like these keyboards and everything. And while he was on tour, I started making beats, just playing around with it. He came back. He kind of put a battery in my back, like, hey, you're getting good with this, So after school, I started, got a regular day job, was still like, it was a hobby at first. And then I started jumping into beat battles in New York, some in Philly, just to kind of just see, I think what sums up my whole journey is relationships, and just being bold and fearless through the journey. And also just being flexible and being kind to yourself, of just being okay that you just don't know. There are a lot of this you're just going to learn as you go, as you experience the stuff. So everywhere, every experience, every placement, every person that I met, I've always just kind of took something from it or gave something to it, which always led to something further down the line. Like, you just never know who you're going to meet today, and in 2 years come across them, and then it'll make sense and y'all working together. Like the Rihanna project, the Rihanna placement that just happened like 2 weeks ago is from Adam. That came from Adam, who I've known him from 4th grade, and we was in college together, but we've known each other for years. So relationships, but just through beat battles and, meeting people and just submitting stuff, it's been a crazy roller coaster ride. I ended up in Philly working at Sigma Sounds through Adam, because I asked him, where in Philly can I work? And he suggested Sigma Sounds at the time. Worked at Sigma Sounds for 4 to 5 years, engineering, doing a bunch of stuff with Meek and Boyz II Men and, all of that, just like really just learning. I didn't go to school for any of this. I went to school to teach music and didn't teach music. Now I'm teaching music, but yeah, it's just been an amazing journey of just learning, constantly being a student, constantly being okay that you don't know things and not being afraid to do the research. And yeah, it's like I said, I've been, I'm like speeding through the whole thing, because later in my career I started DJing. Why? because yeah, so I'm here. I'll answer any questions that you guys have, but thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Thank you for being here. And you dropped so many gems. I really hope people are taking some notes because this is all amazing knowledge to know. How about Isabella? You go next and tell us about your journey.
Alrighty. So first of all, thank you for having me. I'm super grateful to be here. For those of you guys that don't know me, my name is Isabella. You guys can call me Izzy. So my journey is actually pretty interesting because it was like really thinking out of the box. The way that I started was in the music industry was like I was an A&R, but the way that I did to, like what I did to get there was actually I used to be a private chef. And this happened, yeah, some people like freaking out. Yeah, it's crazy because I always knew from when I was like in high school, like I always was the person that was like putting people onto like new music. And back in the day, there wasn't like Spotify. So like it was literally like the radio would drop it like a year later and people would be like, how did you know that song was going to blow up? So that was just like my initial like passion with music. And from there, I went to college, followed the whole pre-med route, the whole your family wants you to be successful kind of thing. And I kept doing like my own thing. I finished like the pre-med thing and I was like, no, that's not for me. I want to get into music. But my mom wouldn't let me drop out for whatever reason. So I was like, all right, so I'm going to be a private chef. So that's what I started doing. And I knew that all I needed to do was to get to LA. Now, I don't necessarily agree with only moving to LA to make it in music nowadays because there's the internet and like we're all in here right now and we could all make opportunities for ourselves right now. But that was just kind of like what I did. I was like, as soon as I get to LA, I'm going to figure out a way. So I used like social media to really get my private chef like business up and running. I got a lot of clients and somehow I got found by a family in Beverly Hills. So I became a live-in chef for them. So I had like 2 weeks to pack up my life and move across the country with a family I don't know. It was kind of scary, but my passion for being in music was so much greater. And then once I got to LA, I hit the ground running. Like I was on all the Facebook groups, I was on all the Facebook events. Back then, you would also go on like the events to see what's happening in your town. So I was going to all the events, to all the networking sessions, and kind of like right now, like I was just connecting with people. So I really resonated when Dilemma said relationships is like a big key because for me, it's been the same exact thing. And then one thing led to another, and then I became an A&R for a label under Sony. And then I just kept like trucking along. And then I understood that as long as independent artists knew social media and like e-commerce, they were like sweet. So that's what I set out to do then. I left and then I started, the label is called Trend F, and I left there and then I started working marketing campaigns, digital marketing campaigns for a lot of record labels and Fortune 500 brands. And then fast forward to now where I started Fame Packers, and that was just kind of like the journey behind it.
That is amazing and very relatable to me right now as a student in college. Achi, why don't you go next?
Of course. Hi, everybody. Thank you, Isabella, James, and Dilemma for your thoughts and hearing about your journey. Mine is relatively short. I literally just started yesterday. Not really, but like, yes. So I am a talent acquisition coordinator for Sony Music. How I got here was almost entirely by chance. Never thought I'd work in the music industry ever. I kind of took the traditional route as well as Isabella. So just going through the whole undergrad thing, grad school. I got out, I was kind of just looking for a job. Applied to a number of jobs. I had a spreadsheet for it and everything. And I got to like the final rounds for a position at Simon & Schuster, which is a publishing company. And I didn't get it. There was another person who interned previously. And so they were going to go with that person. But the recruiter enjoyed me so much because I just decided to like, at this point in my life, I decided to just be myself in interviews. Whether or not they took to me was entirely up to them, of course, but I was just like, at this point, I think that no matter what happens, if I come as my authentic self, they'll receive me and whatever happens from there happens. And so she sent my resume to her network and kind of just asked about, who could take me on. And so I just kind of dropped into Sony Music and was hired for this talent acquisition coordinator role. And since then, I've just been rocking it there. It's very, very key what everyone has talked about up till now. I'm very happy that I landed here, and I think this was a great choice for me to like begin my career.
Of course. Thank you. Okay, Laura, do you want to go next? Oh, you're muted.
Beginner's mistake. Hi. Thank you for having me. I'm not sure. Is anyone else from not USA? No. I'm from Europe, the Netherlands. I started back in '95 in the industry. I sort of rolled into it by mistake. I followed a local band and asked if I could help them push cases inside in return for me attending their sound checks. It just sort of, yeah, it was like a trickle for a few years. I then moved to Italy. I had a fiance there. And back in 2002, I came back to the Netherlands, asked the sound engineer for the band I followed before, and he had already liked my talent, let's call it. And he liked staying in touch with me, so I called him up like, hey, I'm back in the Netherlands. Do you have a band for me? I jumped on a tour and basically haven't been home since. That's the very short version of it. I'm completely self-taught. Having said that, in the last year, because of not being able to work, I have studied live sound education. It's a high school level. I'm not sure. I think it's more like college or university level sound education, which I graduated from 2 weeks ago as a monitor engineer to add to the already long pile of roles that I do on tour. I travel the world. That is pre-COVID, post-COVID. I'm not sure yet. It's very slowly picking up again. Another kind of key feature of me is I was always attempting to be the silent force, be the provider, the facilitator, you can rely on me, I'm your safety net. And I did that for over 20 years now and still going strong. The bands I work with, I usually work with until I say like, nah, let's do something else. And back in 2016, I decided is not the right word. Shifeng can probably attest to that as well. I finally learned how to accept that I'm transgender. I basically swapped everything around and said, you know what, let's do this. In the music industry, that meant starting from scratch, from the sexism point of view. Before, it was like, I didn't even need to continue finishing saying yes on the "are you available" question. I'd already be booked and confirmed and signed and dealed and everything. Now, all of a sudden, I had to like, hey, I'm available. Hello, here's my resume. It's 10 pages thick. Hello, I'm available. Yeah. No, we're still looking. So all of a sudden, you see 25 years of skills are worth nothing anymore. And I've had to restart from scratch, finally managed to crawl out of that pit. And then COVID said, oh, hi. It's
amazing.
You know, I'm
love
hopeful
hearing
and
that.
things are getting back on track.
Amazing. That you guys all have such amazing journeys. It's amazing to see all your experience and everything. And I really want everyone to come here today and learn how to get their dream job and where they should start. So my next question is, what advice would you give to aspiring music industry professionals who don't know where to start? And Dilemma, can you start us off?
Oof. Where to start? Figure out what you love. Figure out what you would be doing if you wasn't making any money. Like, I'll still be making beats if I wasn't making money. I love it. It's my video game. It's what I spend most of my time doing. And then once you figure out that thing that you love to do, through the process of getting good, working on your skill level, you'll figure out how to take that thing you love and turn it into a service. I think that's important to just realize that this whole thing is a service job. Like, you have to serve people. So you have to be likable. You have to really have a good skill level, a high skill level of the thing that you do. But I think for me, it started with really honing in that I love creating music and love music, and, you know, all the aspects of creating dope sounds. And now just trying to figure out, okay, how did I flip that into making an income, which then led me to DJing as well. So all of those things, that was the umbrella. And then I started just writing down all of the things that kind of pointed to that same mission statement.
Of course. Isabella, why don't you go next?
Yeah, that is such a good question, and I love what Dilemma said. And actually, I was just pulling up, I have a Google Doc that I can share with you guys that this is what I'll look for it after I'm done talking. I'll drop it in the chat. But yeah, this is literally like the first thing that I ask like someone that wants to work with me is like, well, where do you see yourself for like 5 years from now? Because when you're like being intentional about finding your job and like your dream career, in order to like avoid going in circles, you got to figure out where you want to end up. And a lot of the times, what I've seen a lot in like my journey, I've seen a lot of people that are like, I want to be an A&R, but secretly they want to be an artist. So if you want to be an artist, why not start by being an artist? Because the only way that you're going to become an artist is by being an artist, so not by being an A&R, right? So it's like, figure out where you want to go, and whatever it is that you're going to do, it's going to be somewhat challenging and hard, especially when you're starting off. But as long as you have the mindset skills to like remind yourself that it's the discomfort is going to be temporary, the challenging parts are going to be temporary, and really the growth is going to happen from all the challenges that you face, then that is pretty much like one of the easiest ways to like, once you know that it's only temporary, but the growth that comes from it is permanent, that's what's gonna like make a difference. So I will share with you guys this Google Doc. I'm gonna find it, but it literally is the same thing that Dilemma just said of like, you know, what is your dream day and what does your dream day look like? And all the way from, you know, from the second you wake up to the second you go to sleep, because that also means that if you don't want to work a 9 to 5 and you're actively pursuing a 9 to 5, it's gonna lead you eventually to burnout and unhappiness and all of that. So yeah, I couldn't agree more. Like, follow your passion and follow what you truly love to do and how you can help your zone of genius, like what actually lights you up, and then you're gonna be happy the rest of your life.
Can I add one more thing? I forgot, because I don't want to speak from just like, oh, do what you love. All right, so practicality. Find someone that's doing what you want to do. Reverse engineer it from the beginning. Don't start in the middle when they started getting success. Go from the beginning. If you got to read books, if you got to go from one rabbit hole to another, you got to find someone that is pretty much doing what you want to do, and find all of the seeds and steps that they took and the mistakes that they took to get there.
Of course, I really want to emphasize being intentional. I want everyone to write that in their notes, to be intentional with what they want to do. James, I saw you were nodding along. Do you agree with that advice or have some of your own? Oh, you're muted.
Sorry. I have a couple of things to add. So first off, this book, there aren't a lot of textbooks. There aren't a lot of books that I would recommend because the business changes on a dime. But this book by Donald S. Passman, which is All You Need to Know About the Music Business. I don't use a textbook per se in my class, but I use this as a reference. I give this my recommendation for this. Oh, Dilemma's holding it up too. It's like $17 on Amazon. It's absolutely worth it. It was updated in 2019, so it's updated as recently as the Music Modernization Act, which is the last major piece of legislation that has helped to transform the industry. So I do recommend the book. Here's another thing I recommend. I recommend creating what I would call your own personal board of directors, your personal board of directors. So create a group or bring a group of people together around you that you can go to for various types of advice. It could be, you know, family, a family member, a best friend, mentoring. Mentors are invaluable. It's one of the reasons that I have devoted myself now in this new sort of phase of my life and my career to being a mentor, because I've recognized through, you know, my years of experience how invaluable it is to have a mentor. So in this very small little board, personal board of directors that you create for yourself, you may have a mentor. If you're an artist, there might be, you know, somebody who's helping to manage you initially. So this group of people that you put together, here's what's really critical and important. You want these to be people that won't just yes you. They should not be people who will just tell you everything that you want to hear. These need to be people that will be honest with you when they need to be honest with you and give you, you know, constructive criticism, and sometimes tough love is necessary. This is one of the first phrases that I say in my very first class of my very first semester, every semester. This business is not for the faint of heart. It's not. It's just not for the faint of heart. You have to believe viscerally that your life has to have something to do with music, with the music business, with creating, with whatever the niche that you think you're going to fill. That has to come from within inside of you. But even armed with that passion and that commitment and that vision, it's a very tough, it's a very competitive business. So, you know, everything that everyone has already said about, you know, relationships are critical and intention is critical. Being authentic is critical. You know, these are all essential elements. Obviously, talent is critical. Talent is critical, whether it's business talent or creative talent or songwriting talent or performing talent. But I distilling that into something that's, I think, something I would hope people take away is this personal board of directors, this small group of people that you know you can go to. Maybe one of your professors, current or former, can be part of this little group. You know, those are things that I think, you know, if people are taking notes, those are things I think I would suggest.
Of course, and I just ordered that book too, so funny that you guys showed that. Laura, can you go next?
Unmute. Yeah, I'd first like to follow up on what Dilemma and Isabella said with all it takes to doing it is actually doing it. It sounds so simple and it is so hard, but it works so well. And as far as yeah, this job, like James said as well, it's not for the faint of heart. You'll work 16 hours a day, 7 days a week, and then some more. I've told myself on day one, the day this starts feeling like a real job, I'll quit and get a real job. And that's still true. I've not felt like I've actually been working, but you know, I've paid rent. And one more thing about how to hone your strength and weaknesses. Like in my story, it was so base level that is me, because me living as a closeted trans person, denying myself, there was literally no me. So I would always bend over backwards, always say, what do you need? Can I help you with anything? I would literally let them walk over me and say thank you for them walking over me. At a certain point, I learned I need to stop doing this in my personal life and make this, what is actually a weakness, into a professional strength. And that made me for lack of a better description, successful in my job, I started understanding I can use this for their benefit. And it taught me privately, like if I give everything that I have there, I don't need to give away things of my own privately, and I can actually start building me, which in 2016 culminated in Laura finally happening. But it's so essential to know what Dilemma said. Where are your strengths? Hone them. Study. Mentorships. I've been doing that in the last 2 years because I can't work, so I'll make sure that others learn how to do the things. You need mentors, and you need to. No one said it yet. Shadow. Ask to shadow a peer, or someone you hold in high regard, someone who's willing to show you the ropes, because we've all been there. I've been self-taught. I wish I had a mentor or someone that I could shadow, so I could get where I am now quicker and more efficiently. The road is still the road, and the road is wonderful, but especially in this fast-paced world, you need to get where you have to rather quickly, because you'll just be ignored and people move on. So find
that was
somebody to shadow.
amazing. Yes, and I really hope everyone is taking some notes because you guys are dropping such gems. Achi, why don't you go next?
Yeah, I definitely agree with what was said. I think that another thing is having deliverables. So I'm going to come at this from the corporate perspective, just because that's where I'm in the corporate function. A lot of people kind of come in with the love for the industry and a love for the business, but don't have very much that's related to it to show for that love. So I think if you're on your own, and I say, for example, like you're going into the corporate function, because that's what I know, you should also bring something, some key work that sort of covers where your interests are. And obviously the resources to do that can sometimes elude you. It can be really difficult to figure how you're going to make that happen. But if you're in, like, for example, Dilemma was, he happened to have someone who had the resources to help him start making beats. If you can pull some strings together and create your own work, you can present that later. I think that has helped me a lot. Like, the only kind of resources that I had was research. And I knew I wanted to be in DE&I. I wanted to sort of be next to those corporate functions. I wanted to be next to HR and people experience. So I did my research there. I created a body of work that encompasses my interests, so that when I go to apply for these kinds of roles, or when I go with this interest, I have something to show for that as well. So I think that's really important.
Yes, of course. And I've been working on that myself. So snaps to that. And I'm going to ask one last question so that everyone can ask about this in the breakout rooms if they want to. So really quickly, can everyone just go through any new projects that they have coming up? Isabella, can you go first?
Sure. New projects. So right now, the biggest thing that we have happening actually next week is the Grow Your Fanbase Bootcamp. And pretty much when it comes down to, one more thing to also add really quick to what everyone else was saying, is to build your personal brand as you're going through this, because social media and like how you present yourself right now matters more than ever. So, and this goes for anyone across the board. But yeah, we have a bootcamp coming up next week. I don't know if you want to go. Who wants to go next?
Laura, can you go?
Yeah, I finally have tours. Well, it's a tour officially, but it's single dates combined over a month. Coming up with the Dutch band, successful, playing big stages on headlining positions on festivals, and in the meantime, just spend a lot of time mentoring people that want to be menteed. like no, I'm in a good place, and as the provider on stage, I don't really have projects other than waiting for the next time I can do my thing and show my magic on stage. It's like I don't have technical deliverables other than when things go pear-shaped, I'll make them go apple-shaped again, or preferably
Awesome.
or before they do. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks. Dilemma, you go.
Okay. Of course, bunch of music. I'm in the process right now of moving. I'm moving to LA. So that's been a whole thing. But October 8th, my artist Dom and Jesse are dropping their 4-pack called Fall in Love. They're a pop act from Philadelphia as well. The producer community that I curated with, matter of fact, she's on here, Jessica H. It's called Track Meet. Their instrumental project is dropping in October. Jasmine's back in the studio, making more records for hotels. And yeah, what else? A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff is going on, but that's October for me.
Amazing. James, can you go next?
Just, back teaching in person is what's going on right now. So it's exciting to be back in person. It's, it's a little scary being honest for everyone. So, that's what's really, top of mind for me now is embracing and re-engaging and reconnecting. I have, 2.5 semesters past of students that I never met in person. All I know of them is is a rectangle. So I'm setting up meetings, and I'm trying to meet the students that I taught for the past 1.5 years that I didn't actually get to meet in person, and finding out what they're doing, and working on my mentoring and my coaching.
Amazing. Love to hear that you're making those connections. And Achi, can you go next?
There are a lot of great things coming up for Sony Music Entertainment. I can't talk in a whole lot of detail about them, but some of them include sort of changing how we view applications, so including social media a lot more, and giving all of those flexibility and options to applicants there. And then there's also like a lot of company rebranding going on. So a lot of that will come out if you follow Sony Music's LinkedIn. You'll see some of the changes starting to happen already. So it's an exciting time.
Amazing. You guys all have such amazing, exciting projects coming up. And before we go into the breakout rooms, I want everyone to unmute themselves and give me a woo woo if you're having an amazing time.
Woo woo.
Thank you, everybody. And at this point, we're going to go ahead and turn to the audience for the remaining of our time to ask questions in the breakout rooms. You're going to choose people you want to talk to, and I really encourage you to jump around so you can fully learn about everyone's roles and upcoming projects and ask everything you want to. We are going to be in the breakout rooms at 1:25, and then I'll shut them out, and I'm opening them now, and they all have the names of each person, so you can jump around and go into whichever one you want to.
Donna, can you just mention what I will be doing in mine?
Oh, yes, I'm so sorry. Alexi is going to be reviewing resumes. If you brought a resume, you can go ahead and go to Alexi and she'll review them.
Thank you.
And yeah, you guys can join now.
Do we have to do anything to get into our rooms, or you're putting us in?
I can assign you to them, and you can also join them.
Probably better if you put us in.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll help.
How do we get into the breakout rooms?
There is a button at the bottom that says breakout rooms, and then you can pick each person's name and it has a join on the right.
And I will stay on here.
I have a tab on mine that says to wait to be assigned still.
Yeah, me too.
Probably because we aren't in them yet.
Oh yeah, that would make sense.
Hey, Kit Kat, I don't know if you also have this, but it like says unassigned. Oop.
Yes, and so
But I don't see James's name or the other people.
I put them into their rooms.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
So are all of you unavailable to go into the breakout rooms by yourselves?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So I'm gonna go through each of you one by one. Give me patience. Thank you so much. Elise, where would you like to go?
Can I go to Isabella?
Okay, great. Give me one moment. Isabella, great. Jordan, JB12. Are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Where would you like to go?
So I would really like to go to the young lady that says she was with Sony. I think I missed her name.
Got it. All right, I'm gonna send you to her room right now.
Awesome.
Awesome, great. Okay, what about Hasitha? Okay, never mind. Young.
Was it Alexia that was reviewing the resume?
Resumes?
Yes, could I do that? Thank you.
Wonderful. Give me one more moment. Thank you all so much for your patience. Reem, where would you like to go?
I think to Dilemma's breakout room.
Dilemma, great. Awesome. Erica.
I would like to go to Dilemma's breakout room, please, and thank you.
Not a problem. There we go. Pat and James. Where would you like to jump to? Okay, I'm going to keep going. Issa,
Hi, could I go to Dilemmas?
Dilemma got you.
Thank you.
Not a problem. What about you, Nima? Okay, not a problem. Kingston? Okay, not a problem. What about, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Is it Neha? Okay, what about Evelyn?
Hi, can I go to Laura?
Laura, yes.
Thank you.
Not a problem. What about you, Allison? Where would you like to go? Okay, what about Lois? Sam?
Yeah, Dilemma's room.
Okay, sending you to Dilemma.
Thank you.
Braden, not a problem.
You said Breakdown?
Yes,
Yeah, shoot me over to Dilemmas, please.
not a problem. Okay, thank you,
Okay.
Allison. Let me see. You're trying to jump to Dilemma as well. Give me 1 second, Allison. Okay, great. Yes, not a problem. I'm going to send you right now. Hasitha. Okay, Muna. Anyone in this room can jump in and mute yourself.
Can you send me to the Sony representatives?
Yes, let me send you right now.
Oh, thank you.
Not a problem. GK, did you want to jump into a different room? Does anyone here want to jump into a different room? Okay, well then I'm going to jump. Does anyone else need help jumping into a breakout room? Let me know. Hey, Pat. Do you want to jump into a breakout room with one of our panelists? Let me see if this will work.
Hello?
Hi.
Oh, how you doing, Kit Kat?
Doing well, thanks. How about you?
I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what was going on. Sorry, I was going in and out.
Yeah, not a problem. So right now we're going into breakout rooms for more individual mentorship with each of our panelists.
Okay.
You want to jump into one of those rooms?
Yeah, let me check out the Sony representative.
Perfect. Let me send you there right now.
I appreciate it.
Of course. You should be good to go.
Okay, thank you.
Not a problem. Would anyone else, Lois, GK? Okay, not a problem. Hey, Samantha, can you hear me?
I'm just gonna wait a couple seconds, let everyone get back in because they're still closing.
Hey, everybody.
Hello. Okay.
And we're back.
Hi.
Hello.
Back like we never left.
I think everyone's back in. So I just want to real quickly say thank you everyone for being here. Thank you, James, Laura, Achi, Dilemma, and Isabella. You have all dropped such incredible advice. And I know this will help me personally throughout my own career. And I know for everyone else, it will definitely help them with their journeys. There's a couple of things before we go. Just a reminder to fill out that contact sheet in the chat because that's how you will network and make some more friends in the music industry. It's so important. Another thing, if you liked our event today and you want to remain in our community, you should definitely check out Finessed VIPs, our platform. You can sign up for additional mentorship. And next week, our event is our quarterly mental health hosted by Abby and Alexi. So you should definitely check that out. And also, right before we go, I want everyone to give me a whoop whoop again, unmute and tell me how awesome this event has been. Whoop, whoop.
Thank you so much.
And Alexi, do you have anything else that you wanted to add before we left?
Yeah, also to the resume folks that were in that resume workshop, I'm so sorry I got cut off. Hopefully that's helpful, but thank you everybody for coming today. Donna, great event, amazing. So everybody give Donna a round of applause. Woo! And then Jim, Izzy, Dilemma, Achi, and Laura, thank you all so much for your help today and for coming. We invite people who inspire us. So you all inspire us and we're so grateful to have you. And it's so great to see some of you again. And then Laura and Achi, I've never met the both of you, but we're so grateful for you as well. So thank you, everybody. Hopefully this was helpful. Actually, I'm gonna go on gallery view just so I can see. If you did enjoy the event, can you give me a little raise the roof? Woo-woo. Nice. Oh, I love it. It makes me so happy. We love our community. And this recording will actually be found on YouTube if you need to find it. And yeah, that is all that we have for today. We hope that you have a great weekend and we host events every weekend. So we will see you next week for our mental health event. Thank you, everybody.